Good evening. We're back with more Lord of the Rings LCG, and tonight is Into Fangorn on Nightmare difficulty. These quests in the Voice of Isengard expansion are not particularly difficult. They introduce the time mechanic, but the quests that follow in the adventure packs that follow this expansion were much more difficult. These quests are quite gentle, really. So these Into Fangorn has the enemies with the keyword hinder, which means they don't actually attack. They remove progress from the quest during the combat phase. But we, the player, can attack them normally. And if this sounds like it isn't that challenging, wouldn't be that challenging, you'd be right about that. Hinder is not a very challenging mechanic. It's thematic though, because the trees in Fangorn didn't immediately attack anyone. So pretty good, very good tale there. I opted for 2 warriors of Lossarnach over grabbing the last Ethir Swordsman and a warrior of Lossarnach. Oh, never mind, I didn't pull Ethir Swordsman, I just didn't have enough resources to play him. But I can grab the 2 warriors of Lossarnach, so that's very good. Very good tale, a very good start to the quest. And this is a pretty nasty treachery that comes up a lot in this cycle. Deal 1 damage per character. You have to deal it out among your characters. So in a ally swarm deck, that can deal quite a lot of damage. But as a result of getting 2 Ethir Swordsmen and 2 Warriors of Lossarnach, I go ahead and advance to Phase 2 in the first round. Can move to the location, which makes me add another Huron, I think it's pronounced. I'm probably pronouncing that terribly. Huron enemy to the staging area. I'm just going to grab another blocking one. Probably this quest is more challenging on multiplayer. That I can't actually advance to Phase 2 until I control the orc, so I have to clear the active location. So I made enough progress to advance, but I can't advance until I clear the active location and take possession of the orc. And then we will immediately move on to Phase 2 at that point. So not real important to attack enemies with hinder. It'd be nice to do if I have the characters available, but it's not a high priority. Able to get out Faramir here, so I have already a really strong willpower set up. And just need to quest for enough to clear the edge of Fangorn. So each Huron makes an immediate attack. It's going to go on Denethor. So that's going to clear this phase of the quest. Discard the condition attachment that went on the location. And Mugosh I can take control of with an action, exhausting a hero. I'm going to opt to wait until... Well, no, never mind. I guess I do it right away. Probably would have been better to wait until next round. That's what I decide. I can do it at the beginning of the round, and it won't cost me a time counter off of Phase 2. I can spend one off of Phase 1 instead. That doesn't do anything. I don't have enough damage to put any damage. So we're just gonna move on, and then I'll advance to phase 2 here. And take a look at what I can get for Men of the West. That'll do it. Gonna have to leave the Hunter of Lamedon there. But a really strong setup and very good tail will just make it better. Grab the third warrior of Lossarnach. So, can grab Mugosh and move on to phase 2 here. Search for another Huron. This round the Huron in staging will engage if I don't finish the quest this round. They do have some pretty nasty effects, the Nightmare Hurons. It's just that when you're playing solo, you have the option of choosing the tamest one, because you only need to get one. In multiplayer, you get a lot more of the nasty types. So I just need to make 12 progress to win, and given my setup, I should be able to accomplish that in one turn. Gonna quest for 24. I'll just send almost everybody. 28. And it's a location, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 28 is 21 progress. Easily clear phase 2B. So this quest can get quite long if you get Mugosh shuffled into the deck, which is the doom clock on this quest. But if that doesn't happen, you can beat this quest quite quickly if you get a strong questing setup early, which is exactly what happened in this one. And the quest is almost over before it begins in just a couple of turns. So, thanks for watching.